Let's get real and talk about embracing your whole self and how fear of your dark side holds you back. What if I told you that your own fears of your dark side is what's holding you back from becoming the greatest you can be, to reaching your full potential? That the parts of you that you actually are repressing, the shadow, the mystery, desires, that those are actually your greatest strengths. My entire life, I have been deeply motivated by fear. And this starts by me being raised up in a strong religious, oh my god, fuzzy, oh my god. Got it. Only within the past few years have I been able to step back and realize that that fear was not only holding me back, but it was hurting me. Fear of the dark is fear of ourselves. We've been conditioned to see light as good and dark as bad. We see it in classic trilogies like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, things that have powerful messages, I believe spiritual messages, but may be depicting something completely out of balance. Let's look at Star Wars, for example. Anyone who has the Force is a candidate to become a Jedi. Through their training and mentorship, they evolve to either be a force for good or evil. Anakin Skywalker chose to let his anger overtake him and fuel his hunger for power, but there could have been another option. He could have become self-aware that his anger was actually a weakness, and then worked on managing and allowing it to flow through him instead of consuming him. He would find a balance between letting that dark side fuel him, but not overtake him. Imagine how much more truly powerful he would have been if he was not blinded by his own rage and need for power, but instead faced his demons and rose above it all. You can embrace your dark side without turning into a Darth Vader, and that is done by exploring the dark and learning about yourself, then choosing what kind of person you want to be. Darkness is depth and mystery and power. It doesn't have to be evil or bad. The moon is dark, and yet it guides us. The womb of a woman is dark, and yet it creates life. The whole universe we live in is mostly dark, and yet it holds infinite potential. When we fear darkness, we are fearing half of existence. We are only limiting ourselves if we are fearful of reality. The point is, darkness doesn't fit into a box. We don't fit into a box, and neither does the universe or anything in it. Instead of labeling, shaming, and judging darkness, get curious about it. Try to understand what motivates it, its wants, needs, and desires. This will allow you to grow greater acceptance and compassion towards others and yourself. Shadow is where strength is found. Every great leader, every powerful soul has faced their shadow. They didn't run away from it. They walked through it and came out stronger. Carl Jung, a very influential psychologist, calls it the shadow self. The parts of us we deny, but hold our greatest gifts. Jesus Christ himself spent 40 days in the desert facing darkness before he was able to step into his full power. Women throughout history have been shamed for their intuitive, mysterious, mystical side. They were deemed evil witches or crazy, but that very nature is what makes them powerful. Your darkness is not your enemy. It is part of your wholeness. If God is omnipotent and he made you, including the dark side, he made that for a reason. And why would he make something only to judge it and damn it to hell, or deem it evil and bad? It doesn't make sense as a creator. We don't create to throw in the trash. We create in hopes of watching it grow and succeed, and to help us learn and improve. Maybe God's doing the same. Some people think faith means staying in the lines, following the rules, doing what you're told, and avoid anything and everything that looks dark or bad or unknown. Faith is not fear, and fear keeps us from living half of what life has to offer. I recently witnessed an example. I had shared a picture of me and my friends doing a gothic photo shoot. We had some devil ears, we did some witchy stuff, That photo was a costume, a vibe, something fun and creative to do with my friend. But for one person from my past, it was entirely different. The response I got told me he believed I no longer followed Christ in his definition. This made me reflect. Fear of your soul being damned or fear of judgment of others really can stop you from living life and experiencing it fully. They feared for my soul. And for a moment, I felt it. Shame, self-doubt, that I'd done something wrong. Was taking this photo some way setting me up for failure and leading me to the dark side where I would suffer and, I don't know, end up in hell? But then I realized, no, my faith was stronger than theirs in that moment. I knew what was in my heart was good. I'm a good person and I'm striving to do good for the world, and I believe that God or the universe knows my heart and knows where it's at. I have nothing to worry about. If you believe in God or the universe, ask yourself, is your faith so fragile that a costume could shake it? Do you judge others or hold fear yourself about exploring the dark side, even in lighthearted ways? Do you think expressing creativity, playing with mystery, and exploring the unknown is evil? Do you trust that what's in your heart matters more than just appearances? That is the most important thing. Just like how the universe is constantly growing, so are we. You might say, well, exploring the dark is like playing with fire and you're going to get burned. Well, let me tell you this. Anything can burn you. Even the light or the good side. Out of balance can be harmful. Fear-based faith is control, and control limits growth. True faith is trust. Trust that all things are for your good. When you stop fearing the dark, you can truly become free. Free to express yourself without fear of judgment. Free to trust your own intuition instead of someone else's fear. Free to explore and create and experience life so much more fully. Because the beautiful truth is, light and dark are not enemies. They're dance partners. One cannot exist without the other. And the more you embrace all of yourself, the more powerful and unshakable you become. Let go of fear and step into wholeness. So I'll leave you with this. What parts of yourself have you been afraid to explore? What have you been avoiding because of someone else's fear? Let this be the moment you stop letting judgment shrink you. The moment you stop letting fear keep you from reaching your full potential. Drop a comment below. Let me know one fear that you are ready to release. And if this opened your mind, share it with someone else who needs to hear it. Thanks. Behavior.